We go to Lesotho now as the country celebrated 58 years of independence and 200 years since the nation was founded by King Moshoeshoe I. For more on Independence Day significance for the people of Lesotho, I am joined now by Dr. Tlohang Letsie, who is a political analyst from the National University of Lesotho. Dr. Tlohang, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. As Lesotho celebrates its independence, how significant is this day for the Basotho people?
Thank you very much, Ndate, and welcome to your viewers. It is very, very significant considering that the nation has been in existence for 200 years. And apart from that, the country is now 58 years of independence. So it is significant because at the end of the day, the years, looking back at the years, are supposed to be showing what exactly the country has done for its people. So it is significant in that it provides a time to look back and assess the achievements and weaknesses that the country has gone through.
So this year, as we set out, it does mark the 58th anniversary of independence, but also the bicentennial of the founding of Lesotho. How do these milestones impact national identity as well as pride there?
I think we may want to separate the two and start talking about the issue of 200 years of the existence of Basotho nation. I think that is very, very important. It marks a very, very important milestone in the sense that since the formation of the nation 200 years back, Basotho remain a proud nation. Proud in the sense that we are among the very few ethnic groups that have managed to have a piece of land, a sovereign piece of land that they have as their own. And we are having a nation that transcends the borders. As you know, you have a lot of Basotho even outside Lesotho who are proudly Basotho. But when we come to the issue of 58 years, it's a combination of feelings. It is not as rosy as one would have expected, particularly considering the journey that Lesotho took into independence. You will recall that Lesotho never really had a problem in its struggle for independence. In fact, we did not even struggle for independence. So Lesotho never had a problem of nation building that faced most countries after independence. So the expectation was that since they only had to deal with the issue of state building and build institutions, we were supposed to be better than where we are today. But unfortunately, until now, Lesotho remains the bad boy of SADC. We have made very, very insignificant progress in as far as economic development is concerned.
I want to crystallize that point by also taking the remarks of your colleague, Professor Kopano Makoa, who mentions that Lesotho's independence is unique in Southern Africa. Can you elaborate on what makes Lesotho's history so distinct?
It is distinct in the sense that, first of all, remember that Lesotho was not really a colony. It was a protectorate. It sought for the protection voluntarily. Secondly, like I said, Lesotho did not fight for independence. Unlike other countries that fought for their independence, Lesotho did not really fight for independence. And it is very strange, unique in the sense that even when the country was supposed to be receiving independence, some of the political leaders, notably Newzroom was not prepared to sign for independence. That shows how unique the situation was. The opposite was happening with other countries who were hell-bent to fight for their independence at all costs. So Lesotho has gone through a very, very smooth process. Apart from that, if you look at the colonial policies of the English, the fact of the matter is that Lesotho was left undeveloped, but not underdeveloped like some other countries. So we had a benefit of all those things that we are supposed to utilize to make better life for Basotho, but it has not been the case.
So also significant is the Moshoeshoe Walk. It is a key event during these celebrations. What does the symbolic hike represent for the Basotho community as well?
The Moshoeshoe?
the Moshoeshoe Walk, an activity taking place during these celebrations.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That is a walk that started as a private initiative from people who are interested in tourism. But now it has become a national event. It is very, very significant in the sense that it reminds us of the journey that King Moshoeshoe took from Menkhoaneng to Buthabute in search for a safe fortress. Remember, he left Menkhoaneng. By the time he left Menkhoaneng, he was simply a chief of the Bakwena Bahamukotedi clan. But along the way, he was joined by other people. And then when he came to Thaba Bosiu in 1824, that was when he was joined by other people who were now voluntarily joining him. And some of them were captured. So it was at the moment when the numbers began to grow. So they were now able to, different groups from different tribes were now having that sense of common. Now, this is how the nation was born. So that work is very, very significant because it reminds of that history.
And as we wind down our conversation, but also in reflecting on the sacrifices made by the Basotho people in the fight against colonialism and apartheid, how do you believe this history then influences contemporary politics in Lesotho right now?
Unfortunately, at least from my point of view, we as Basotho, we are somehow over-exaggerating the issue of the role that we played. Yes, we did play a lot of important role for liberation struggle, particularly against the liberation struggle. But it is like our leadership at sometimes we exaggerate the role. I think we did that because it was a good thing to do. Not that we did that expecting that in future we are going to be the burden of South Africa. So you find sometimes our leaders not doing enough, hoping that we are going to be getting everything from South Africa, and I think that is wrong. Yes, we have done we have played a very good role in the apartheid struggle. That has to be commended. But we have to understand that generations are changing. So some people who are now living are not even aware of what happened in the past. So we have to stand on our own and then forget about what we have done in the past.